Well, hello there, and welcome wherever you may be coming from. This is my channel, Different Spirits. I'm Scott. I've been at this for over 2 years at this point. We're almost up to 1,000 subscribers. Thanks, all y'all, for supporting me, by the way. And again, welcome to the newcomers. And it seemed like it was high time for me to finally make some kind of like mission statement kind of video on answering the question, why in 2022 do we need yet another kind of spirits discussion, spirits review kind of channel on YouTube? And the answer mainly has to do with the fact that your liquor store is a big place. It's there's even more stuff if you consider sort of the global market space for spirits. What is out there and available sort of worldwide. And yet, despite that, when you go and look at, the all the spirits channels on YouTube, and especially the big ones, they tend to be overwhelmingly about whiskey, and and then in that category, mostly about bourbon, even. And that's not necessarily a bad thing. I enjoy bourbon very much. I've done quite a few bourbon reviews on this channel. But something seems very wrong when, anytime there's some brand new MGP sourced, small batchy, single barrely, vermouth finished release to hit the shelves. And, then there's, dozens, if not hundreds of reviews of the thing up for you to find and, parse through. Versus, if you're wandering through your liquor store having fun, you spot a Slivovitz, a high proof Jamaican rum, a Baijiu, stuff a little bit off the beaten path, and you think, oh, that looks weird and fun. That actually looks like it might be a good deal. I wonder if I should try that. And yet, when you try to look up on YouTube someone talking about this stuff, there's basically almost nothing there. That's why this channel exists, to kind of give some voice to products that are out there, that are available, and yet just don't get as much attention, with the whiskey world taking up all the oxygen in the room. I am only one data point, but I figure it's better to have one data point, and an inadequate one at that, than nothing at all. So I imagine a lot of you stumbled upon this channel just because you were looking for some review or some discussion of something you saw, and no one else had bothered with it. And that's kind of by design. That's what I wanted this to be. I understand why, especially why the big channels try to do like little under-discussed hidden gem kinds of things. It doesn't reward their numbers. It's, when you're trying to pay the rent and you need hits and you need audience interaction, it rewards you to just do lots of videos on the big stuff. The big stuff that people want to talk about. You'll get more hits and more comments from doing yet another Springbank 12 review, or yet another Elijah Craig barrel proof review on the newest batch, for God's sake, than you will, trying to dig deeper. And that's a fact, and that's okay. And this channel is never going to be as big as them, and that's all right. But I'd like to be there and like to be useful in my own small way. In fact, when I started, it was because things have changed since. There are new rum channels, a couple of brandy channels, things like that. But what I started, it was because of this Ray and Nephew Overproof white rum from Jamaica. I thought it was fantastic. I thought it was a killer value, if not the value of the world. It's available in pretty much any liquor store you walk into worldwide. And yet on YouTube there was videos of people like taking shots and making faces with this stuff. In any case, not a whole lot of serious discussion. So I took it upon myself to start the first review. And it wasn't very good. It wasn't very well shot. I've tried to improve things since. But you know, we remain a lo-fi channel. I don't really edit these things. I bought a decent webcam, a decent microphone, but you know, I work a full-time job and raise, you know, 2 small children. I don't really have time to devote to you know, polishing all this. And I figure it's better to just get the information out there, and in the even if it's in somewhat rough form. Where was I going with this? So yeah, that's why I'm here. Stuff like this, like this deserves a lot more notice. There's lots of things that deserve lots more notice, and they just aren't getting them in the state of the YouTubes as it is. Yeah, so it's not. And by the way, I should say it's not like the other channels don't, you know, occasionally delve into other things, tequilas or whatever, but it's always an unusual event. It's always seen as an alternative. And man, if I were in a category that had, or even like at a distillery that had been around predating the existence of, you know, bourbon or whatever, I would feel a little bit, you know, insulted to be considered a mere alternative. So on this channel, it's all about democracy. It's all about plurality. We're going to review things side by side with nothing given sort of preferential treatment and normalized over the others. That's the point. So it's different spirits in the sense of like, yeah, we're reviewing things that just don't tend to get noticed, but it's also different spirits in the sense of just, you know, things side by side and in some kind of healthy dialogue and competition with each other. So that's the goal here. That's what I'm trying to do. It is not a perfect effort, and I am not a perfect messenger. But you know, if you want to, if you think you can do better, please. I would love to see other channels devoted to stuff, you know, outside of the norm. I'm kind of babbling now, so I believe I will cut this off. Again, if you're a long-time subscriber, thank you so much for supporting me. If you are a newcomer, again, thank you for supporting me. And if you're just stumbling in here because no one else did a review of the thing that you're interested in, again, thank you. And I hope I was helpful in my own little way, you know, providing a little bit of a data point that maybe helped you be that little bit more adventurous in your spirit's travels. All right, that's all I got. Thanks for watching, and cheers.